Look at me and tell me what you see. I look at you and tell you what I feel. Look at me and tell me what you see. I look at you and tell you.
What's up, everybody? Emperor John Kill 3D Gaming here with another video, and between all this Quantum TV drama and Elden Ring, let me give you my actual thoughts on the game. Because I've picked it up recently and I've been playing it since yesterday. I've put in at least 4 hours yesterday and another 4 hours today, so I'm about 8 hours in, and that's before getting to the first boss called Margit. Now, this is not a review, because if I was to review this game, it would take a long time. Why? Because Souls games do take time depending on the player, and I'm not a Souls gamer, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I may not be a Souls gamer, but I fucking love Elden Ring. Why? How does this game take a non-Souls gamer, and I wouldn't say I'm converted to playing Souls games, but Elden Ring is the one game that I will sit down and put X amount of hours into. If you're wondering, is it difficult? Is it accessible? Yes, it is. This is a game that, you know what you've been asking for, believe it or not. Yeah, all the people that have been crying and bitching about easy modes in video games, this is as easy as a Souls game is going to get. Sekiro is the hardest, in my opinion, one of the hardest Souls games ever made from Fromsoftware, and this is one of their easiest. It just requires you to not be fucking brain dead, aka like Quantum TV. But what it really does require is for you to... It has a much more aggressive and defensive style of play, which is something that I immediately noticed. And then when I started traversing the open world, I like how this open world is. I like how it's formed. You don't know what kind of enemy types you're going to go against, and you're not going to know how strong they are. Okay? Like at the beginning of the game, when you first start entering the open world, there's this big golden guy on a fucking horse. Beats your ass. But then go around him and start going around to different areas and fighting mini sub-bosses and fighting enemies in between. Yes, the name of the game is to farm, but you don't lose as much as you would normally lose in any other Souls game, and it's relatively easy to get back what you have lost. That's the key thing here. It is simple. The combat is a lot more faster for a Souls game. You could pull off maneuvers. There's different classes with different abilities, but the one class I preferred is the Samurai, but I'm going to go later and try to see if I can make a magic class, because I heard playing magic in this game makes it even more easier. But I tried to give myself a little bit more challenge by playing as a melee type character. Now, this game is very accessible. That's what I'm going to tell you what it is. It is very accessible to non-Souls gamers. It just like blows my mind how aka one game journalists, aka people that want easy modes and accessibility to all video games, Fromsoftware basically answered you with this game. This game is made for both a casual player trying to get into the Souls games, because that's what this game is. This game is an entryway to get you to play the games that came before. Because yes, the original games, I have a couple of them, and I have, Sekiro. I even have non-Fromsoftware Souls-inspired titles, and I can never get interested or want to continue. It wasn't my kind of game, and I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to be ashamed of that. Souls games aren't made for everybody, and not everybody is built, or if you're one of those people crying for an easy mode, then you don't deserve to experience Elden Ring if you're one of those people that cry about accessibility and shit in gaming like that. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you a quick argument. I'm going to give you an argument these people cannot give you. There is a way to make FromSoftware games accessible with a simpler mode. Let's just say they created a mode that's not an easy mode, but a mode. If an enemy has like 4 or 5 different patterns of attack, right? Let's use that for example. One of the enemies in this game could have 5 or 6 different lines of attack. If you, let's say, had a difficulty option, you could make the enemy, let's say, only do 3 of his patterns. Therefore, it's accessible for you to try to fight him, but it's very challenging, still requiring you to level up and go out there. And this game gives you spiritual allies and an amount that lets you traverse the fucking world. This game is very simple to traverse, and I like wandering out into the unknown, okay? I do like going around and discovering the story for myself, figuring out, who's this, who's that, how does this connect to that, how does this connect to that. Elden Ring did what I thought was the impossible. I've never paid full price for a Fromsoftware game because, yes, I was never a big fan. That tells you something. If I paid full price for this game, that tells you that this game is what these people have been complaining and crying for, okay? And you know what? If they can't get through a game like this, if a non-Souls gamer like me can get through quite a few sub-bosses, maybe dying only 2 times yesterday and 1 time today, which is actually a total of 3 deaths, then you know what? The people that are bitching and crying for accessibility mode, you just suck, okay? Go play Hello Kitty, go play a cinematic experience, because this is not for you. And people just need to accept that. Not all games, every game is for them, and no, not every game needs to cater to them. Okay? I managed to convince 2 of my other co-hosts on my channel to get these games, and they're not Souls gamers, but guess what? We're looking to go through the journey together in multiplayer, taking on these bosses. Okay? These bosses, as difficult as they may be, they only require a basic skill level, a very basic to intermediate, not advanced, not pro like other Fromsoftware games. You need at least a basic to medium skill set and common sense. Okay, that's really all the name of the game is, common fucking sense. So Elden Ring is, I recommend it. I do highly recommend it. My impressions of the game have been positive so far. There may or may not be a review, like I said, but that's just me. I'm gonna go through this game taking my time. I'm gonna take my time. There's people that blitz through it. There's hardcore Souls fans that have probably already beaten it, but my impressions of this game are very positive, and this is coming from a non-Souls gamer. So that's really all I had to say about Elden Ring so far. Tell me what you think about it in the comments section. Be sure to like, subscribe, favorite. And now let me go back to my journey into the lands between. See you later, guys.